California high-speed rail project faces its biggest political challenge yet. And tonight, we're diving into the 17-year history of significant delays and cost overruns.
The project got its start in 2008 when voters approved nearly $10 billion in bonds to begin construction. The next year, the Obama administration kicked in another $8 billion.
However, it took another 7 years before the first shovels were even placed in the ground here in Fresno. And since then, dozens of bridges were built along the route between Merced and Bakersfield.
In 2023, the project received another $3 billion in state and federal dollars for the initial phase of service expected to begin in 2030. But the rail line still needs to be built before trains can start running.
Today, the new U.S. Transportation Secretary called for a massive review.
Again, Joe Biden has promised another $4 billion to the project through the Central Valley. And the question becomes, should that $4 billion be invested? And so I'm going to exercise my authority as the Secretary of Transportation. I'm going to direct the Federal Railroad Administration, or FRA, to initiate a compliance review of funding to the California High-Speed Rail Authority.
And thank you for joining us for Action News Live at 5. I'm Graciela Moreno.
And good evening, I'm Warren Armstrong. Action News reporter Brianna Willis joins us live in downtown Fresno at one of the many high-speed rail construction sites to share a reaction to this new investigation into the project. Brianna?
Well, Warren, Graciela, those I spoke with today on both sides of the aisle say there's no doubt this was a good idea. I mean, take a look and just think about it. A high-speed rail that connects the valley from the Bay to LA. Conceptually, they were all here for it, and some still are. But the reality is, 17 years ago when this was first introduced, it was supposed to be done by 2020. And the bottom line is, it's off track. Rail under review. On Thursday, the Trump administration called for a compliance review into the California High-Speed Rail Authority over Central Valley construction. It's one Congressman Vince Fong believes is necessary.
An orchard outside of Bakersfield to a field outside of Merced is not what was proposed to California voters in 2008. Why would we continue to pour precious taxpayer dollars to the tune of billions and billions of dollars a year to something that's going to fail?
Newly elected Assemblymember David Tangipaw agrees, saying he's not anti-infrastructure but pro-accountability.
We are off track. And the fact is, California will have high-speed rail, but it won't be this one, the way that this track is moving. I mean, we've got the fastest train to nowhere right now.
Congressman Jim Costa admits the project is behind schedule and says he's open to oversight.
If the Transportation Secretary wants to come in and understand the challenges that we faced in moving forward, the first state in the nation to build true state-of-the-art high-speed rail in America, built by Americans, we welcome that.
Former Fresno County Supervisor Henry Perea now serves on the High-Speed Rail Authority Board and agrees. He says the project is moving forward across the valley, but admits progress is not as fast as planned. He also blamed the delays on political challenges by those who want to derail the project.
And they're going to be looking for a reason to pull that money back. Okay, so when people ask the question of why is it taking so long to build the project, well, there's the answer. The answer is we have a plan. We have a plan for that $4 billion. Now that they're in the process of working towards pulling that back, then we have to pull back too.
Fresno Mayor Jerry Dyer also released this statement. The federal government has the absolute right to conduct an audit to ensure every taxpayer dollar contributed to high-speed rail is being spent in an efficient and appropriate manner. I continue to support high-speed rail regardless of who builds it, as long as it connects the Central Valley to the California economy. And passengers are now not expected to be able to board until between 2030 and 2033. Live in downtown Fresno, Brianna Willis, ABC 30 Action News.
Thanks, Brianna. Action News also reached out to the California High-Speed Rail Authority. They said in part, quote, "We welcome this investigation and the opportunity to work with our federal partners. And every dollar is accounted for, and we stand by the progress and impact of this project."
Hey, Central California, stay up to date with all the latest news and weather. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to ABC 30 Action News.